be good. Anything kind of healing energy is good. So heart honey is a good one. Release is a good one. Pick whatever is appealing for you. Go ahead and give yourself that spritz, and then closing your eyes and settling into your space. We're going to start right away with some breath work. So we're going to breathe in for a count of 3. We're going to hold for 12, breathe out 6. So if the 12 is too much, shorten it. And as we're holding, we're just kind of counting and trying not to panic because it's a long time, it feels like. We're just letting the energy kind of build and settle. So right away, go ahead and let your hands rest. Breathe all the way out. Breathe in for 3. Hold for 12. Breathe out for 6. Right away, breathe in for 3. Hold for 12. And as you're holding, just trying to let the energy settle, relaxing your jaw, your neck. And then out for 6. Breathe in for 3. Hold. Out for 6. Nice and smooth, trying not to rush. In for 3. Holding for 12. Relaxing jaw, letting yourself settle, be mindful, stay with yourself. Out for 6. Trying to really get as peaceful as you can with holding your breath and being in these transitional states. In for 3. Just continue on. If I'm going slower than you need to or faster, stay with your own counts. After 12, you're out for 6, and we'll do 2 more rounds. So go ahead and as you need to count, keep going. Out for 6. In for 3. Hold for 12. Out for 6. And then just keep breathing naturally when you finish that last cycle, and just kind of notice and check in. Kind of feeling and tuning in. So this month in cycle, so today officially we start Scorpio season. I love Scorpio season. And we have some Scorpios. Rachel's a Scorpio, so her birthday is coming up. So Cam's a Scorpio. And I don't think we have any other Scorpios, do we? No. Okay. I don't think so. So we're going to work deep core, so that transverse, which is all good for hip strengthening, lower core, and we're going to work the psoas quite a bit, lengthening the psoas. I know Kathleen likes that, yay. And the reason I'm choosing that is because the psoas muscle can be really linked to fear, fight or flight, the stress reflex, right? Even if we don't think that we're stressed, or we're just like attuning to the stress and the chaos that's in the world. And so our psoas can get tight and locked. And the psoas muscle is really that muscle that's responsible for propelling us forward. I call it like the muscle of the soul. And I truly believe it's that muscle that connects us to our potential. So we're going to kind of transform the fear this month into our creative potential. So we're going to really try and get that energy to transmute and to kind of make us feel more free, more liberated. So we're going to work that this month. So I'm excited about that. So right away, we are going to, if you're not already on your knees, go ahead and come onto your knees. If this is okay, if you need to sit cross-legged, please do that. Take your hands slightly forward, and we're going to inhale and exhale. So heart forward, round. So just want you to mobilize the spine. Really feeling that pelvis rock forward and back. Inhale, exhale. You can go quick or slow. And again, if you need to be cross-legged, just sit cross-legged and do this. Two more. And I'm kind of using my hands to push, pull. And then come forward, tuck your toes under, and give a little stretch to the bottom of your feet. So I have to sometimes loop that pinky toe under. So for some of you, having the hands forward will be enough. For some of you, if it's okay for your knees, you'll come to sitting with the hips on top of the knees. If you need more, walk your knees forward. Take some nice deep breaths here as we start to settle into the feet. So today we're really going to work on taking the energy of the hips and grounding it, kind of bringing that grounding energy in so that we feel kind of safe to work in the hip area. Because being disconnected to the earth, right, is one way in which our psoas will recoil because we don't feel safe. And so we got to connect to that grounding, stabilizing force. A couple more deep breaths. If you need to have the hands forward, just bring them on forward. And then come forward, just kind of tap the feet out. Give them a nice little stretch. And then a couple of options. One of them is to take this ankle bone and to press it on the inside arch and just sit back and do a little massage here, or a swing side to side. Sometimes this is not acceptable for knees, and if that's you, just sit cross-legged and give your feet a little massage. So just kind of rubbing that inner arch, that medial arch, just kind of allowing yourself to wake up the feet. So you're either sitting, massaging, or I'm going to show you the back profile. That front of my ankle bone just gets placed right in that soft tissue part of my foot. So I'm just kind of using the thickness of that bone to slide and massage. You might get a really tender spot in which you want to sit up. So just kind of play around there for about 10 breaths. So you're either moving, massaging, still. Hopefully you're getting some good spots to kind of breathe through. I like to move with these because these are really tight spots. If you have a tennis ball, you could be just standing on a tennis ball and doing this work too, okay? Really breathing. Okay, couple more nice deep breaths. This is a great thing to do in the morning or at the evening to kind of really get yourself to bring energy out of the head towards the earth. So it's good grounding for the mind. Okay, come back into that broken toe pose. So tuck the toes under and see if you can tell a difference between your left and your right now that you've opened up the fascia. And what I normally notice is there's more sensation on the side that I just worked, not less. It tells you you're opening up some new kind of spaces for some more energy to flow. If you want to press the palms up, go ahead and lift. You'll get a little lighter in the lumbar. Nice deep breaths. One more. And then come forward. And we'll do the second side. So now you have either the second foot that you're either massaging, or you're sitting up in stillness, or you're kind of pressing that foot in towards that soft tissue. And I'm going more towards the medial, that's the inside arch, but you can really go anywhere in the foot that you get some good stuff. And make sure you always let me know if you're not sure, if you can't see right, or it's not working for you. But again, if this is bothering the knees, then please just sit and massage. Don't suffer. Okay, so nice, good. Okay, one or two more breaths. And last time, broken toe, tuck your toes. Feel the arches. And once again, if you like interlacing the hands up, or you can even interlace them back and open through the chest. Nice deep breath. It's really good to open your mouth and sigh or exhale out. Yeah, nice. Okay, one more. And then come on forward. Go ahead and come onto your back. And elevate the legs, point and flex your feet. So continuing to work with the feet, not the feet. Point and flex, roll your ankles. Whew. You can bend and straighten, rotate the thighs, but really just getting a lot of prana through the feet. Kind of noticing what you can feel here. Okay, go ahead and place your hands on top of your kneecaps and draw a circle so that you iron out the low back. So I'm trying to draw a circle around the sacrum bone. So I'm going to feel the back hip points, the side, the back of the pelvis. So feel all that out. Breathe. Imagine the front of the pelvic muscles softening towards the back body. So as much as you can you allow that kind of softness to happen at the front of the hips so we have more space. And then go the counterclockwise direction if you want to. And then go ahead and place the feet flat. Take a moment, rub your hands together. And then just give a little massage to the front of your hip. So I'm not talking to dig in, but just little massages just to, again, wake up energy in the pelvis. So you might just lay your hands on your pelvis or just a little mini massage around the side of the hip, the front of the hip. So the psoas muscle comes around the top of the pelvis and it goes inside towards your pubic bone and attaches at the inside of your upper thigh bone. So we just want to start to just give a little love there. Okay. Option to grab a block if you have it. If you do have the block, go ahead and place it lower side at the low back. Okay, so I have now on a supported bridge. We're going to do some active psoas opening. So I'm on a block supported bridge. The left leg will stay down for this one today. Right leg is going to come up to the sky. So you can first just take your right hand behind and grab a little hamstring stretch. You might point and flex for a moment. So it's really important as we do this active psoas opening that you really visualize and use your breath, okay? So the exhale will take us down and forward, the inhale will take us up, and I want you to imagine a line from the inside of your pubic bone running to the inner knee to the inner ankle. And that's just that psoas line that we want to lengthen, okay? So hands can come down so you have some extra support. We're going to inhale, point to your toes if you can. Exhale, lower towards the floor, and notice I said towards without changing the neutral shape of your pelvis. So you'll notice my thigh does not get to the floor. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, lower to or towards the floor. So you might have more space. Inhale up. Exhale. Use your exhale breath. You can even push it out to lengthen from inner pubic bone line, inner knee, inner thigh. Keep going. So we want to separate the movement of the femur from the movement of the pelvis. The pelvis should not tilt at any point. It should stay completely neutral so that we're actually lengthening this muscle, not just adjusting the pelvis, okay? So you're going to have to fire up those core muscles to stabilize your pelvis. So kind of imagine those muscles drawing in like a drawstring and releasing towards the back of your pelvis. Keep working with your breath. Nice work, you guys. And it's not so important how big of a hamstring stretch, just that we draw it in, release it up. Okay, we're going to do one more, then we're going to hold, friends. So take your time. And you're going to go towards your end range. So as you lower to or towards the floor, again, go slow at the end range so that you don't change the shape of your pelvis, and then slide right to left a little bit. Just a little bit right to left to give a little bit more space. Okay, so imagine that I'm grabbing your ankle and I'm tractioning it away from your body. And then from here, just again, breathe about 5 breaths of an active stretch from that pubic bone. So again, don't go too far. You may not reach the floor, but some of you might. Take that right arm up and actively stretch it away. So now feel that whole side. From the belly, reaching towards your palm, from the belly, reaching towards your inner ankle. You have 3 more breaths. Visualize more space. Relaxed, stretch. And then go ahead and draw that knee in, release it down, breathe, and relax. Okay, we're gonna do the second side. I'm gonna come up just to watch for a moment, so I'll just walk you through it. Okay. When you're ready, left leg up. Take your hand behind your thigh if you want to stretch. Take a moment. Again, we wriggle your toes so that we want to let the prana go from hip to knee. So any stuck energy, we let go through the feet. Okay, inhale, the breath is in, the leg is up. Exhale, out and away. So remember to point so the energy doesn't get stuck in the front of the ankle. Or you can flex your toes back with point. Yeah, good. Inhale up. Nice. Exhale out and away, and keep reaching, inner pubic bone line, inner knee, inner ankle. Yeah, good. And then just keep going. I'm just gonna keep watching you guys. Keep those lower core muscles really, really strong. Yeah, good. Belly relaxes towards the back of the body. Nice. And each cycle, you're just seeing if there's a little bit more space, And so again, once you get to the end of that range, just be a little curious to pause. Yeah, good. Try and extend that kneecap as much as you can when you are lowering. Yeah, good work, you guys. Everyone's doing really good stabilizing their pelvis. And James, I can't see you, but I'll try and feel you to see if I feel it. Are you stabilizing your pelvis? Okay, good. Let's do one more. Yeah, great job, you guys. Really great job. Okay, on this one, hold it out. And you're just going to slowly go side to side. Just slowly when you go at your in range, side to side. And this may be like an inch or two swing. Yeah, point your toes. Relax your jaw, you guys. Keep that leg neutral. Yep, good. Keep relaxing eye muscles, jaw muscles, facial muscles. Good. Nice. And then draw that knee in. And place the feet down flat. Awesome. Okay, take a moment and supported bridge. So just kind of relaxing, feeling those pelvic muscles. And then press into your feet, lift your hips up and roll them down. We're gonna do some bridge lifts. Okay, so these are dynamic, so we'll move with our breath. I want you to dig into your heels as you press your hips up, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, and maybe each time you get the hips a little higher, exhale, lower. Inhale, stretch and lift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 2 more. Make sure the back of your neck is long. Reach, reach, reach. And all the way down. Good. And just kind of lift one hip and then the other to get the low back little stretch here. So I'm just letting my right hip lift, my left hip lower, and then I'm just kind of doing side bends just for a second. Okay, so this next one is some lower core strengthening. So we're going to inhale. This is, again, going to seem like not much, but again, it's the lower core that we're trying to stabilize. So take a really deep breath in. And on the exhale, pull your navel down towards your low back, lengthen through your tailbone, and feel like an imprint. So you should feel everything depress, and then if a drawstring action, draw in. Relax on the inhale. On the exhale, lengthen through your tailbone, draw your hip points towards one another, up towards your ribs. So everything should compress and go down. Inhale, release. And so it's very small. Exhale. Imagine everything going in and then releasing out. So keep going with this. It's a lot of breath work too. So I inhale, I relax, I have curve in my low back, and on the exhale, there's not a curve in my low back. There's very little because everything's drawing towards the midline and down towards my low back. Now, if you want to add on, as I exhale, I'll practice lifting and lifting, lower and lower on the inhale. So on the exhale, without moving my pelvis, I lift, I drop, and then I release on the exhale, okay? So I'll let you decide if you want that or not, otherwise keep doing the low core. So I'm gonna watch you guys now, but you can come off mute if you need anything.
Yeah, can you do, what are we supposed to be doing with our lower?
So you're either just imprinting on the exhale and inhaling, relaxing, or on the exhale when you imprint, you're gonna lift one leg at a time. So I'm gonna watch you now, and the trick is not moving your pelvis. So you're gonna imprint, your pelvis will imprint, and you'll lift. Let me see if I can see you, Jen. So it's basically like, let me show you this, Danny. This will make more sense. It's like doing cat-cow. So it's like doing this backward tilt and compressing it, and then you're relaxing. So you're basically doing cat-cow on your back, but with more core work. So I want you to imagine, one way you can do it naturally is like your cooling hot soup, go, and you'll naturally do this. So like you're blowing really hot soup.
And when are you lifting?
You're lifting when you have the exhale. So you exhale, and then inhale to drop. Yep, we're gonna do just one more set. I know it seems confusing. It's probably because it's less than we're used to doing. Exhale, and if you don't get it, it's okay. Just do the good breath work. Last one, inhale. Exhale, bring your low back long. So you're tilting your pelvis back. You should feel engagement here. Lift, and then relax, and then just breathe. That's it. Just breathe. Okay. Go ahead and straighten both of your legs out and point your toes. So again, I want you just to, maybe you're just working the hip lift. So again, I would be tilting my hips forward and back if I'm just doing the hip work, or add the upper core. So go ahead and take your hands behind your head, elbows up. Deep breath in. On the exhale, imprint. So bring your tailbone towards your pubic bone. Lift your upper spine and maybe lift your right leg and stretch from your inner thigh to your inner toe. Inhale, relax. Natural spine. And now lengthen your low back. So I'm tilting my pelvis back, lifting my shoulders, lifting my leg. Stretching. You don't have to do the leg lift if it's bothering your back. Inhale, exhale. Really stretch. Inhale, exhale. It's like we're doing Ardha Navasana. We're just doing it one leg at a time. Alternate again, and then we're gonna hold, and I'm gonna come and watch again. Yep, everybody's got the good curl, so that's good. So the next time you have the right leg up, hold it up. And again, it's like 2 inches off the mat. It's not far off the mat. Point your toes and now reach from your inner pubic line through your toes. Feel your upper ribs go towards your pelvis so you feel that contraction. One more breath, and then lower your right. Last time to hold the left. Deep breath in. Exhale, lengthen through your tailbone, lift your left leg, and feel energy from your pelvis towards your toes. So not quite so high, Kathleen, you can lower it a little bit more. Yeah, good. Now point your toes, you guys. Good. Yes, good. And lower down. Nice. Stretch it out, arms and legs. So again, we're just doing lower core stabilization. So there's not a ton that happens, but you'll still feel it. Support muscles. Okay, bring your knees in and wide. So you're going to grab onto those ankles and up the inner thighs open. All right, we're going to start to move and ground differently. Deep breath in and deep breath out. As you're ready, roll up and roll forward. We'll come to all fours. So if you do have 2 blocks, you guys, I would grab them if you have access to that. If you don't, it's okay. You won't have to use it. Okay, from all fours, let's go to downward facing dog. Imagining again the front of the hip softening towards the back of the pelvis so you get some space in that frontal hip. Lift and lower your heels. You can pedal if you want. Take some time to really let those feet wake up again. And then lift your heels up nice and high to keep your hips moving back. Bend your knees so that you can release your low back. Again, let the hip flexors relax towards the back of the body. Just imagine that, even if you don't know what I'm saying. And then as you're ready, come forward nice and slowly into plank pose. And then untuck your right toe and stretch your heart forward and feel that foot stretch. Maybe a little up dog like in your chest. Tuck the right toe under. And then push the hands forward to get a little calf stretch. Drop your knees, child's pose. Come forward all fours. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Now bend your knees. Keep letting your hips press away from your hands. Lift your heels. Relaxing through your hip flexors. Try to really soften those muscles. Shoot forward, plank pose. And then come to the top of your left foot. Give a little stretch. You're pressing the top of the foot down. You're lifting your chest. You're getting a nice little upper psoas stretch. And then push your hands forward. Stretch your calves. And then knees down, child's pose. Nice deep breath. And then come forward. Last time, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Okay. Take your right leg and lift it up behind you. Let the heel lead. So try not to turn the hip if you can. So press your left heel down while you lift your right heel up. So you're going to feel glutes on that right leg. Try to feel that inner thigh on the right stretch. And then bring your right leg forward between your hands. Put your left knee down and untuck your left toes. Now back your hips up. Lengthen tailbone. This is that core work we did. Do it here. Lengthen tailbone. Pull the hip creases together. And then let the hips come forward. So it'll be very unsatisfying. It really will. Left arm up. Grab a hold of your wrist and stretch. So you're going to feel a deep stretch in that left hip flexor, but it won't be as relaxing as it normally is because we're activating and we're lengthening. Pull it over to the right. Nice deep breaths. Okay, take your hands down to the floor. Keep your back toes untucked and lift your back knee. So if I've got blocks, I'll put them on the highest setting and I'll push into my hands so I can get a nice little back toe stretch. And then maybe I can lift my left arm forward. Maybe I can lift it up just for a few breaths. It's just a big thigh stretch. And then hands come down, knee comes down. This time now we're going to take the blocks forward and come towards the standing splits. So from here, take your right pubic bone and take the energy down towards your right inner heel to ground. Now from your right pubic bone to your left pubic bone, lengthen to your left inner knee, your left ankle, and stretch out that inner left psoas line. Nice deep breaths. Keep standing strong and lifting up. Now take your left toes back and come into a high lunge. So the same work we did before. Bend that left knee and again lengthen tailbone. So pubic bone comes up, tailbone goes down. Interlace your hands and press up. So you're dropping the left knee down. I'm pressing through my right heel. And again, I'm getting a nice big stretch of the psoas, but it's a little bit in an activated position. So we're a little bit giving it a little tone while we open it. Keep breathing for 3, for 2. Good, release the hands down to the floor. Take your left toes and seal them down, bend your left knee, and we're in a high hip skandasana. Once again, right inner psoas is what's opening. So from right pubic bone to right inner knee to right ankle. And just come in and out of it a few times, so bend and straighten. Especially if you have any tightness in your right knee, kind of really allow yourself to get deeper and deeper through slow movement. Maybe even bending and straightening this right knee too. So we want to kind of ease on in. Okay, get to a point where you can maybe rest for a second. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, turn back towards the front of the mat. You're in a warrior one position. So you're gonna stretch it out. Go ahead and grab a block, place it underneath your foot so that I'm on like the toe bed portion. Then I'm gonna straighten that right leg. And I'm gonna use the second block first for my hands. And I'm folding forward, Parsvottanasana. Just gonna get a little foot stretch here. So now I'm gonna feel a little bit of an activation to my right psoas. So take your hand there and massage so that these muscles can soften towards the back body. My thumb's gonna kind of widen to the hip flexors a bit. Nice deep breath. And then go ahead and release. Bend the right knee, come up, warrior one. Okay, so once again, straighten that right leg a bit. Lengthen tailbone, pull up through your hip points. Reach the arms up and send the right knee forward. So again, this is going to feel different because you have a lot more glute action going on. Lift up. Take the left hand to the back of your head. Take the right hand, inner rotate it, and then stretch through your spine. Letting your head fall into your hands. 4, 3, keep letting this hand remind that tailbone to lengthen. Reach up, get a little bit more space. And then exhale, hands down to the floor. Okay, come to the left knee, come to the right knee. And then for a moment, send that right leg back and up and let your chest lift. So there's a little bit of a back bend happening. Reach from your left pubic bone out through your left inner knee, inner toes. Reach. Reach, 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 reach. And then bring that left knee down to touch the right. And then come back out to plank. Take your time. Exhale all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Take the time to lengthen out through your ankles. And then press from big toe to baby toe. So really widen through the hamstring muscles. So again, lengthen tailbone. Press down to pubic bone. Pull back with the hands. Lift the heart. Shoulders on your back, broad chest. Stay here and keep stretching. Slowly lower down. Press up all fours, down dog. So I'm going to walk you through the next one. Just going to watch though. So if you need me, unmute and yell. Okay, deep breath in and deep breath out. Lift your left leg up. Keep the leg from rotating. So as you press your right heel down, lift your left heel up. Feel that tractioning apart. And then imagine that right frontal hip relaxes and softens towards the back of your pelvis. Good, straighten that right leg as much as you can, you guys. Or your left leg, that is. Sorry, step your left leg forward between your hands. Good, right knee down. Nice. And then take your hands to your thigh, back up a bit. And this is where, again, we're going to release to the tailbone. So as you back up, pull the hip points up, tailbone long, and then come forward to the degree you can. Right arm comes up, grab a hold of your wrist, reach up and towards the left. So you're not going to be able to go as far forward. If I relax this, I could go way forward. But I'm trying to get you to get a little tone in the psoas before we release. So keep releasing your hips forward to the degree you can, but you just stop where you feel like you have to let go of the core work. Good, a little bit more lengthening through your tailbone, Jen. See if you can do even more. So pull, again, that belly back. Yes, like that, good. Good, you guys. Okay, take your hands down to the floor. Awesome. Remember, blocks can go up on the high side. Untuck your toes. If this is too much, just stay here with the blocks forward. Keep your knee down and just let the hips relax. If you can press into your left heel, go ahead and come to the top of your foot. It's a foot stretch. And then maybe I can take my right arm forward. Maybe I can't. Hold and breathe. Keep lifting through your chest. When you're ready, knee down, relax. Blocks forward, standing splits. Okay, for this one, first find your root. So from that left pubic bone all the way to your left underneath your left ankle, anchor down. That's your roots, grow roots. And now from your left pelvis to your right pelvis, lift. So your pelvis gets lighter on your thigh bone and reach to that inner ankle, like actively reach. So we can open the right psoas. Good. Nice work, you guys. Keep reading. I would point your toe. That way you get even more length. Good. Okay. When you're ready, go ahead and step that right leg back. So we have almost like a warrior two. And then bend the right knee, straighten the left. And so I get some tenderness in my knee, so I'm just going to kind of bend and straighten. And I'm going to kind of ease in. I might adjust the turn of my foot. My feet stay flat, and I'm kind of letting my sitting bones spread wide and back towards the back of the mat. Yeah, good. And so you don't have to overextend the knee, but you're just kind of keeping both feet flat, and you're just going in and out. Good, just like that, you guys, nice. You can go wider if you need. And then just take a place to hold. And imagining that left pubic bone, inner knee, ankle line getting long. Even if you can't really feel it physically, just imagine that line, like trace it with your awareness. And then when you're ready, turn towards the left leg, come to warrior one stance, grab a block, either a blanket or something underneath your left foot so that you have a foot stretch. Straighten that left leg and you're folded forward. So I'm gonna take my fingertips to my left hip crease and I'm gonna massage it back. Massage it back. Outer left hip pulls back. And then when I'm ready, go ahead and let the left foot come down to the earth. Come on up, warrior one. So back out of it so that you can, again, tone the belly. So pull the hip points together, tailbone long, and then go forward. And again, it won't be as deep as your normal warrior one. So you could feel a great deal of opening, hopefully. And then bring your hands to your heart, lift them up. Grab hold of the back of your head with your right hand, inner rotate your left, come to the small of your back, and then I'm just trying to lift my spine and go long. Trying to traction some space there. Nice deep breath. Keep allowing this area to soften towards the back body. That's the front of the right hip. Deep breath in, and then I'm going to let it go. All the way to the earth, knees down. I'll extend the right leg back, heart forward, and I'm going to lift my ankle a little higher than my hip, and I'm going to do my best to traction that ankle long. Same thing we did in our blocks. Keep reaching. And then both knees down, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Plank pose on the inhale, a really slow transition to cobra. So I'm going to watch this one. So all the way down to your belly, untuck your toes, come to the top of your feet. Make sure you can press from big toe to baby toe so that your hamstrings get to widen. Now pull the hands back, press the feet down, lift your kneecaps, heart forward. Really try to feel that lengthening from your pubic bone through your toes and from the center of your pelvis through your heart. Neck is long, you guys. Dawn, like, yeah, there you go, much better, good. And nice release all the way down. Awesome work, you guys. Take a moment, transition if you need to. Okay, go ahead and make a forehead pillow with your hands. We're gonna bend the right knee and I'm gonna lift it up. Just kind of doing some glute work and some frontal hip opening. So press into that right leg. Use your glute and let that open up space in the front of your hip. Just like 4 more. 3, 2. Now lift that right leg up, take your hands out to the side and kick that right leg towards the left side of your mat. And you're just gonna get a little stretch for your left chest and for your right hip flexor. And then go ahead and come back onto your belly, make that forehead pillow. Bend your left knee, and again, lifting from the lower glute, upper hamstring, lift up and come down. And again, strengthening the back chain allows that front chain to get an active lengthening. Keep breathing. 3, 2, you're not changing shape in the pelvis. Then lift that leg up, splay your hands out to the side, and roll onto the right side. A little twist, and then I'm just allowing that left hip to press forward. And then slowly coming back. You can have your knees down, press up to all fours, and then back onto your knees. We're going to come standing on our knees for a moment. Tuck those toes under. So we're going to just go back and forth, and I want you to really do a good job to keep your neck soft. For some of us, just supporting the neck helps do that. So again, core work, all still the same that we've been doing. You're going back, and you're going forward. And I'm going back, and I'm going forward. So I'm going to feel a lot of quad toning, but I want you to really relax your neck. Couple more. And then just come down, sit on the tops of your feet, relax. Go ahead and let your hands come back to open up through your chest. Stand on your knees, lift your chest up, and then step your right leg forward and come into a lunge with an open chest. So this time, we're not tucking the tailbone, we're just getting that passive stretch, opening through the chest. So think about the knuckles pressing towards your knee crease. You got it. Hands come down to the floor. We're going to keep the top of the foot on the floor so you have an option to twist. So I can first come up with my knee. Then I can hook across to twist if I want, or I can keep the knee down and twist. Your choice for 3, for 2, and then hands down to the floor. Go up, come on into your last standing splits on this side. All that same work. So I saw a lot of you with like the left knee was bent, trying to straighten it and really invigorate it. We're actively going to stretch that inner left psoas. So open up that pelvis diagonally. And then come on back, high lunge. Interlace your hands, press up. Stretch up. You can bend that left knee. So we get that nice grounding sensation. I think we forgot this on the second side. I just realized that. We'll have to do it extra long. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good, hands to the floor, Skandasana on the left. So just go right in. You need to bend and straighten at ease, go ahead. Just give them one more little touch. And then come back towards the front of your mat, warrior 1. Go ahead and come all the way up. Grab a hold of that right neck. Come into that left low back. Lift up, reach back. So again, we're not doing the core work this time. We're just letting it be a little bit more relaxing. Feeling the difference. And then cartwheel the hands down to the floor. Plank pose. All the way down, cobra. One time. Just taking your time. So make sure those shoulders are down away from your ears. Plug into your feet. All the way down. Pressing up, pressing back, child's pose. Coming to standing on your knees. Interlacing your hands. Opposite grip. Open through your chest. If you need a strap, grab a strap. Step your left leg forward and lunge. So I'm going to let my wrist kind of reach together so that my chest can broaden. So it's very active in the upper back. Let those hips soften this time. Okay, bring your hands down and forward to those blocks. If I want to just come up to the blocks and hold again, maybe it's a twist with my hands, I can do that, or I can prayer twist. If you can lift the knee, great. If you can't, the knee stays down and you twist. Hands to the floor, standing splits. Come all the way up. Once again, think about being like in a wide leg forward fold. Keep actively reaching your right leg away from the left. Then that lighten your pelvis. And then right leg down, little skandasana. So hips stay high. You need to go in and out, go in and out. But really try to reach again, right knee away from the left. Stretching out. Come on back, we gotta get high lunge. I keep forgetting it on this side for some reason. Press your palms up. Let that right knee drop. So I'm letting the heaviness from that right hip drop as I ground. Bring the hands down and frame it. So if you get a warrior one, go ahead and come all the way up again. Left hand behind the head, right hand inner rotates, and I take a stretch up and back. And then cartwheel the hands down to the floor. Step into plank your last time through a flow. So chaturanga to your belly. Your best cobra, full open hearts. Nice. And then as you're ready, come back to child's pose on your knees. And then we're going to come up to kneeling. So we did the back and forth. So I'm going to show you the way we're going to get to camel pose, which is very, very different. So we're going to go back. So again, I could have my hands at my waist to keep the core strong, or I could have my hands at my neck. I'm going to go back so that I can reach my ankles. From here, shoulders back, think about that bind we did. And I'm just going to press the hips forward and relax my head. So I may not get my hips very far. To come out, we're going to spring load back and we come forward. Okay, so come in the way we came the last time. So go back, go back, go back, reach back, grab your ankles when you can. And now push down, shoulders back, lift your chest. Maybe the hips lift, they may not. Feel all that opening at the frontal hip and the chest. When you need to come out, go back, spring load, and kind of press yourself forward. Yeah, and then sit back, take it in. We'll do that one more time. This is a different entry, which doesn't require quite so much back strength or back opening. It requires more lower leg opening. So when you're ready, go back. And then when you can grab on, and then just press hips forward. Strong upper back, you guys, strong upper back. Yes, push away from your heels. Really nice work, you guys. When you need it, that was awesome. Press back and come up. Yeah. Okay, sit on your heels. We're gonna take a mudra to steal that energy. Right wrist over left. Right wrist over left. Hook right pinky over left pinky. Skip your ring fingers. Right middle finger over left. Right index over left. Ring finger and thumbs. Bring it to your heart. Take 10 deep breaths. Locking the energy of that fearless heart that stands strong in your deep grounded awareness of truth, of trust in yourself, clarity. So all those attributes in which you want to face any obstacle, any fear with, so that you can stay open, aware, keep breathing, and just these mudras form locks of energy. You got it. One more nice deep breath. And then slowly unravel the mudra. Wiggle your fingers. Okay, let's go on to our backs. So if you have those two blocks, that would be awesome. In that first moment, we're going to let the soles of the feet meet, and I'm going to use the blocks to shoulder either my lower hip or my upper thigh. I tend to like the lower hip, to be honest, even though it makes it feel like it's easier. But what gets to happen is I get to lessen the intensity of the stretch and increase the amount of energy that I can just like really surrender and let go. Okay. So take some deep breaths and really just And let your thighs open. And then again, putting your hands right kind of below your hip point so you can feel the bony notches of your hip points. Go slightly in towards your pubic bone. And just kind of having your hands there and breathing towards that area, even though you won't feel the breath. Just kind of relaxing that area with your touch. So that's the lower psoas region. Very delicate, tender region. So just imagining with every breath that this area gets nice and spacious, that our breath is nourishing. Take another deep breath or two. So you might enjoy just staying here. If you'd like a different shape for Shavasana, I personally can't do the blocks. They're too high for me. If you had a rolled up blanket or maybe you had a towel, you can place this right at the sacrum. And then you can either go one leg at a time, or some people can do both at a time. It really depends on the ability of your pelvis to withstand this amount of force. So sometimes one leg at a time is good. You can just, I'll tell you when to switch. So it's more of a passive, restorative, just letting the front of the hip soften. So we don't want necessarily the biggest stretch. We want just the ability of the pelvis to relax. So usually less is more for how much you have height. And honestly, you can do this with no height, just straight on the floor. And then again, just the right arm can reach up and back. You might even put a block under that right arm so that it's not struggling to find the earth. And then again, your job is to let yourself settle towards the earth. So I'm just going to guide you into some visualization to allow your hips to settle, okay? So breathing into the pelvis, breathing down to that pubic bone line. Breathing into that pubic bone line down to the inner knee. Breathing into the inner knee down to the inner ankle. Then breathing all the way from your pelvis towards your inner ankle. And from your pelvis towards your palm. And then just stretching out from pelvis to palm, from pelvis to ankle. Letting all the energy relax towards the back of the body. Really let your breath be very, very deep. Just really imagining more and more space to stretch, to open. So those of you that have one leg, I'm going to have you drag the heel in of the one leg that you were just opening and let the opposite leg extend. Slowly switch your arms out. Take the first few breaths just to let the energy settle so that you're getting heavy towards the spine and the back body. And then breathing into the pelvis and down into that pubic bone line. So we're drawing down the leg from the pubic bone line to the inner knee. From the inner knee to the inner ankle. And then all the way from the pelvis to the inner ankle. And then all the way from the pelvis to the arm that's over your head if you have one. If you have the arms down, just keep breathing from the pelvis to the inner ankle. And then you can just stay here, or you might come to both legs extended. And just allowing yourself to feel and sense into what has shifted and opened in your practice today. Okay, slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then you might roll to the side for a moment before pressing up to a seat. And we're going to do a little bit of tapping before we close. So you guys have probably all done tapping with me before. It's EFT tapping. This is a great way to reset if you're having a really strong response to something. So let's say like a big emotion came up, or your mind is just really going crazy with thoughts, or just anything emotional, mental that's disruptive. But it can also do it for pain in the body. So even if the pain is like in your knee, or it's in your upper back, or it's in your shoulder, this process, it just moves energy through the meridians of the body. Okay, so I'll just go through it with you. So take a moment to just scan your body and to know what you want to tap for. You can tap for clarity. You can tap for feeling settled. You can tap for a pain in your body. So go ahead and choose that. If you had an oil that you wanted to use, I always recommend like some kind of scent as you're tapping. So you could spray, or you could put oil on your hands. Rub your hands together, activating your healing touch. And you're going to start by a karate chop, and you're going to put your intention for what you're tapping for. So you'll make your intention statement, or you're just kind of declaring what you're willing to be mindful of. So even though I have this tightness in my upper back, I'm going to breathe and be aware of it. I'm going to trust my body to be able to move through this painful spot in my body or this emotion. And just kind of just visualizing that part of your body as you're doing the karate chop. It can be any hand. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. Okay, so now you're going to tap your inner eye and take a full deep breath. Your outer eye, take a full deep breath. Underneath your eye, take a full deep breath. Above and below your lips, take a full deep breath. Your heart, full deep breath. Base of your armpits, full deep breath. Top of your head, full deep breath. Then you just repeat. Inner eye, noticing how you feel in that part of your body. Notice how the emotion or the mental state is. Outer eye, full deep breath. There's no magic number. It's just at least for a full breath underneath the eye. Above and below the lip. Heart, it's right at the sternum. Bottom of the armpit, and you're just breathing, feeling your body. It's a way to snap you into your body. Top of the head. Inner eye. Outer eye. Lower eye. And it's just a light tap above and below the lip. Heart. Upper armpit. Crown of the head. And then just bring your hands to your heart and just pause. Whatever you were tapping for, just do a tune-in check-in. So you might decide some days you need to tap longer because you're still feeling a deep presence of whatever that is. And maybe after that you feel some type of shift, either in your emotion towards that thing or your mental state towards whatever it is. And maybe sometimes you don't feel a shift, but you notice that you're more connected to your body and your breath. And that's always a win. So bow towards your heart, bow towards your efforts, towards opening this most deep muscle that is so related towards our potential, towards the courage we have to face our lives and what's before us with the utmost honesty, truth, and authenticity. So may these practices continue to remind us of the power that we hold to really respond and react from a grounded sense of who we truly are. So we're going to breathe in, we're going to say Sat Nam together. So take a deep breath in. Sat Nam. The light in me honors and celebrates the light in each and every one of you. Thank you for practicing. Namaste. I hope your psoas muscles feel good. Let me know if you have any questions about anything that we did.